artsier than me, cause you live in Los Feliz. Bitch, you ain't Jesus, you ain't artsier than me. I got a colorful vocab, watch the low jazz.
That's just not funny. Excuse me a second. Albert, could you stop it? Trying to have a conversation here. Thank you.
You froze it up again, Jeff, so we have no idea what's going on. You could be having an orgy behind it, and we wouldn't even see what's going on.
Yeah.
I was having an orgy.
I mean,
oh, fun times. All right,
we can promote that if you want.
Okay.
That's.
Well, I think I'm on board with the non-representational understanding of language.
Yeah.
And I would say though that it's to call it language a tool that we use. I think falsely separates subject from object, and language I think somehow bridges that gap between whatever subjectivity is and whatever the objective world is. So I don't think language is something used by us. I think language is what allows us to make ourselves and the world, through our linguistic expressions and conversations with each other.
See, that still requires a representational view of language, a theory of correspondence. You say that languages are linked to the objective, and all that we have internally, privately, is the subjective. So you have language which emanates from the subjective and represents or correlates to or points to the objective, and so you're still working in that system, and that's what I would say is dead.
Okay. Oh, I think what I was trying to say was that language precedes any subject-object distinction, and in speaking, we constitute the subject-object relation in various ways. It's not fixed. Language is what makes the relationship between subjects and objects. Or we could not even talk about subjects and objects and describe, bring forth different worlds, perhaps.
Maybe.
Maybe.
One of them peach answers.
I mean,
I'm not ready for that. Maybe or yes.
It's language as a form of construction rather than representation is what I'm trying to.
Okay. Yeah. No. Remember that old beetle in the box?
Beetle in the box?
You remember that? The beetle in the box?
Can you refresh?
You remember that metaphor?
No.
Can you
tell us?
Yeah, give us a metaphor.
This is one of Wittgenstein's, and it's really just fucking brilliant, is what it is. He invites us to think of a room of people, and you all have a box, and inside of your box you have, inside your own box, but you can't see inside anybody else's box.
So, hold on a second.
And
hold on
we
a second,
about our
Jeff.
beats.
You're cutting out a little bit. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, I think you're okay now. we got a little behind. All right, now we're caught up.
Okay.
So you have a beetle in your box. You can't see inside anyone else's box.
Can't see inside anybody else's box. So what you call inside your box is a beetle, and everybody else is calling theirs a beetle. Now, does this mean that what's inside your box is the same sort of thing that's what's inside anybody else's box? Does it even look remotely the same? Is it even the same size? Anything like that? Albert, please. Please. No. And, this harks back to that really the sophomoric question, is the color blue that I see when I look at the sky the same color blue that you see when you look at the sky? It's that same idea. And this shows a problem when it comes to private language, but at the same time, and this is the really, really brilliant part, God damn it, I will kill you. Kill you, motherfucker.
With the
This
stick.
is really brilliant. The question is, how did we get that language?
How did we get that language?
Oh.
That question opens up what?
No, we're having a little interference. How did we get that language? And then you said something that we weren't able to hear.
Oh, how did we get that language of beetle?
Oh, okay.
Where did we get that word?
Well,
How did we get the language of our beetles? And the answer is not through talking about just what's inside of us, because obviously language is something we have to share, something that we both have to use. Using however the language of beetle came about, it must have been through a public means, because again we can't see it. So to come out of the metaphor, the language of pain is a lot like this. Is what I call, hold on a second, I'm going to mute and kill.
okay. We were having trouble hearing you anyways. Actually.
Yeah, once I shut him up, it'll stop interfering with the mic.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
We're gonna edit this down anyways. Explosions.
Oh, you were live that whole time.
Oh, that's okay. We didn't see anything we weren't supposed to.
Okay.
Except for the drugs.
So yeah, language is public, right?
Language is public.
We share this language.
Yeah. Dealing with the language of pain. So we have that similar situation where, we don't know exactly if what I feel is pain is the same thing that you feel when you say pain, yet we have this pain language. What's that pain language for? So we're supposed to look at ordinary language, how we use pain language in ordinary language, and the answers should arise from that. So, for example, when I am telling you that I am in pain, what's going on there? Am I just announcing this to the world? Is this just some grand fact that I've decided to give you? Well, no. When I tell you I'm in pain, I'm usually looking for some sort of help, aren't I?
Yeah.
So this pain language comes from, backing up. This pain language is a tool to get you to address me in a specific way that I desire at the moment. And that's all that language is in every single way. Now, we might privately attribute some sort of representational system to it, but we can't really talk about that because that's breaching. The moment we start doing that and we start treating it as if that's a public language, we are supposing that the beetle that we have inside our boxes is the same sort of thing, and we can't do that. We have no way of knowing that. That's not how language came about. So all that representational views of language can be is sort of this poetry.
Right.
Interesting.
I agree with that. I mean, it's as if language is about consensually coordinating our behaviors, not about describing what the world is or what the matters of fact are. Right. It's just about communication and sort of sharing attention by using various words that we, because of our consensual agreement, we know what they mean. We know how to use them, right? Okay.
Yeah, we know how to use them as tools to utilize one another. Right now, you were just a moment ago speaking to me, trying to rephrase the things that I was saying in your own words, in an effort to get me to nod my head and say, yes, that's it, and so on and so forth. And that's the essence of that conversation. Anything else we want to tack onto it is, our own private thing, and if we talk about it to one another, it will be a kind of poetry.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess at that point, language, talking to someone else, it becomes one of those things where you're looking, for that reciprocal head nod. Do we have an understanding now? So you're looking to see if other entities are
on the same page.
On the same page, resonating in harmony, at least. Harmony meaning, do we understand each other? And if there's a nodding, there's a general feeling that we're probably understanding the same concept, even though we have different signatures on that concept, right?
So what do we do about science